If you opened the FAFSA and instantly felt stuck, like who is supposed to fill this out, what counts, and did I already miss something, take a breath. You are not the only one. A lot of students and parents freeze right here. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what the 2026 to 27 FAFSA is actually for, who needs to be involved, what you need before you start, the mistakes that slow families down, and what to do after you hit submit so you're not left guessing. Here's the simple version. FAFSA is the free application that schools, states, and the federal government use to figure out what financial aid you may qualify for. That can include grants, work-study, and federal student loans. The 2026 to 27 FAFSA is for school attendance from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. And for a lot of families, the biggest thing to know is this. If the student is considered dependent, at least one parent usually has to be invited in as a contributor. So this is not always a one-person form. So why does this feel so messy? Because FAFSA uses words that sound simple but are easy to misread. Contributor sounds like someone promising to pay. That is not what it means. A contributor is just someone required to provide information on the form. Another one is SAI, the Student Aid Index. Families see that number and think, is that my bill? No. It is not your aid offer, and it is not a final amount you owe. Then there's the deadline problem. Families hear the federal deadline and think they have plenty of time, but state and college deadlines can be much earlier. And then the parent question shows up, especially in divorced or remarried households, and people start guessing instead of checking. Let's make this simple. Step 1. Create the right accounts before you try to power through the form. The student needs a studentaid.gov account, and each required contributor needs their own account too. Do not share one login, it is tied to legal signatures. Step 2. Gather what you actually need. Start with your studentaid.gov login, contributor email, your 2024 tax information, any child support received, current asset information, and a list of schools you may want to attend. Step 3. The student starts the form first. If the form decides the student is dependent, the student invites a parent contributor. If you are not sure which parent should be invited, do not guess. Use the Who's My FAFSA Parent tool and follow that result. Step 4. Every required person fills out their own section, gives consent to transfer tax information from the IRS, and signs. That consent matters. If the student or contributor does not provide it, the student is not eligible for federal student aid. Step 5. Submit, then check the dashboard. A lot of forms are processed right away, but some take 1 to 3 days. Once it is processed, the student can review the FAFSA Submission Summary and catch anything that needs fixing. Here are the mistakes I would watch for first. Mistake 1. Waiting because the federal deadline looks far away. For the 2026 to 27 FAFSA, the federal deadline is June 30th, 2027. But some state deadlines were as early as October 1st, 2025, or set as soon as possible after that. So late can still be too late for state or school money. Mistake 2, guessing which parent belongs on the form. If your family situation is straightforward, fine. If it is not, use the FAFSA parent tool. Mistake 3, thinking contributor means financial responsibility. It does not. Mistake 4, skipping consent for the IRS tax data transfer. That can block federal aid eligibility. Mistake 5, thinking the FAFSA Submission Summary is the final aid package. It is not. Your school's aid offer is the real next document to study carefully. And one more. If a dependent student submits without parent information because the parent refuses, that usually means the student is only eligible for a direct unsubsidized loan, not a Pell Grant or most other federal aid. Let me show you what this can look like in real life. This is a fictional example, but it is very realistic. Say Maya is a high school senior. She lives mostly with her mom, but her dad helped with some big expenses last year, and the whole family is confused about who should go on the FAFSA. Maya also assumes FAFSA is just for loans, so she keeps putting it off. Instead of guessing, Maya opens the student checklist, creates her studentaid.gov account, asks her mom to create hers too, and uses the FAFSA parent tool to figure out who the required parent is. Maya starts the form, sends the contributor invite, and both of them finish their sections with consent and signatures. After the form processes, Maya checks her FAFSA Submission Summary. She sees her SAI, reviews her answers, and then waits for the school aid offers before making cost decisions. That is the shift I want for you. Not perfect, just organized. One clean list, one plan, one next step at a time. If you want the simple plan, do this today. First, create the student account and any contributor accounts. Second, make one FAFSA home base, a folder, a notes app, a spreadsheet, whatever you will actually use. Third, gather your 2024 tax info, contributor email, asset numbers, and school list. Fourth, block 45 minutes and start with the students section. Fifth, send the contributor invite right away. Sixth, after submission, check the dashboard until the form is processed. Seventh, once the summary appears, review it for mistakes, complete any extra state aid steps, and keep applying for scholarships while you wait for school aid offers. That is your workflow, not random tabs everywhere, not old spreadsheets from last year. One place, one application plan. When you want to verify something, go to the official places first. Check federal student aid for FAFSA deadlines, the student checklist, the parent instructions, and the FAFSA Submission Summary Guide. If your family income changed a lot since the 2024 tax year, still file the FAFSA, then contact the school's financial aid office and ask about an aid adjustment based on special circumstances. And when your school sends an aid offer, read that offer closely, because that is the document with the actual aid amounts and your real out-of-pocket picture. So the big takeaway is this: FAFSA does not have to feel like chaos. Make sure the right people are involved, use the right tax year, do not miss the earlier state or school deadlines, and do not stop at submit. Review your summary, watch for your school's aid offer, and keep your scholarship plan moving. If you want, tell me in the comments what part feels most confusing right now. Figuring out the parent section, gathering documents, or understanding what happens after submission. And if you want more clear help like this, subscribe to scholarshipsandgrants.us. I'm Mina Park, and I'll see you in the next one.